Welcome back to Desmos. In this video, we're going to look at how to graph piecewise functions. And as part of the process, we're also going to look at how to add an image to your graph. So first of all, I want to recenter my graph. I want it to be the default zoom. So I'm going to click on the house, default zoom. There we are. And I have an image of a piecewise function. So I'm going to click this plus arrow and I can go down and say I want to add an image to my graph. And here's my image. It's on my desktop. So I'm going to open up that image. And this information that comes in with the image, it tells you where the center of the image is going to be. If I want it to be twisted, I could angle it, the width and the height of the image. So if I click on the image, you can see that it's centered at 0, 0. I don't want it in the middle of my graph. So I'm going to change the centering of this image to -5, 5, so I can have that in the top of my graph here, just so that we can use it. Okay, so now I want to graph this piecewise function. And what a piecewise function is, it says that for some values of x, you have one function, and for the other values of x, you have a different function. So I'm just going to emphasize that. We're looking at when x is -2, right? When x is less than -2, that's over to this side, right? We have this first function. When x is greater than or equal to -2, that's from this point over, we're graphing the second function. Now it's very easy to do this in Desmos. So what you do is you split your function up into two separate. So we're going to type in f of x equals x plus 5. But now we only want that part of the graph if x is less than -2. And the way that you restrict the x values is you use the bracket, okay, the curly bracket, and you tell Desmos what x values you want to be true for that. X is less than -2, okay? And so that gives us the line y equals x plus 5 only for the x values that are less than -2. So all of these x values are less than -2. So anywhere on this line, my x value, you can see like x here is -6.03. That's less than -2. X here is -4.02. That's less than -2. Okay, and then we put the second part of the piecewise function on a new line, and we say f of x is equal to, and I'm typing in x, and then the caret above the 6 raised to the 2, and then I forward arrow a step, so I get out of the exponent, plus 2x plus 3, and then I put the fancy brackets, because right now this green parabola is for all x values, so we need to restrict that. So we put the fancy bracket and we say when x is greater than or equal to, and the way you do that on Desmos, it's so much easier than on the calculator, is you just use the greater than, and then you put the equal sign next to it, and Desmos automatically makes it greater than or equal to -2. And so there are the two parts of our graph. Now, technically, this is one function, right? So this is f of x. And so I want both of these to be the same color. So I'm going to go over and I'm going to change the green back to blue, because this is one function, but it's a function that's broken into pieces. And so that's how you do piecewise functions. I can erase my little breakpoints, and that graph that you see, I guess I'll try to sketch it. This is the piecewise function when x is less than -2, and then this is the piecewise function when x is greater than or equal to -2, and that full thing, the whole thing is the piecewise function that you see there. Okay, I'll just erase my lousy writing there. Okay, and that's it. That's how you do piecewise functions on Desmos. Hopefully that's helpful.